With the new YOLO26 model, we can also run image classification, and I'm going to show you how we can set everything up, download a dataset, use it automatically, and then run image classification. That could be that you have an update detection model just detecting if we have an object or not, and then we have subcategories and subclasses that we maybe want to throw those bounding boxes and cutouts into a classification model. So let's just jump straight into it. I've opened up here on my Linux machine. I have the NVIDIA DGX Spark, so we're going to train the model here for image classification locally on my own computer. We also have another video where we cover how to run inference on NVIDIA DGX Spark to see how fast it is. So definitely make sure to check those videos out, and some of the future videos we're also going to cover on this machine so we can train all the models locally on our own computer, and it's going to be crazy fast. You can use Google Colab in the exact same way. We have other videos covering that. So let's just go straight into our data set. What we're going to use, we have the update detection, have the segmentation data set, post-estimation, classification. So this is what we're going to take a look at in this video. So we have this Caltech-256. It has 256 classes. We have 30,000 images. So this is going to be a pretty large data set. And we're going to train it on this small little NVIDIA DGX Spark. So 256 classes, all different in animals, vehicles, household items, and people. And this is pretty cool. We can train Ultralytics in just a few steps. So I'm just going to use the CLI. I'm going to open up a new window on the NVIDIA DGX Spark. First of all, we just need to make sure that we have a GPU available. There we go. So let's see what GPU we have. Just gonna make this a bit bigger. We have the NVIDIA GB10, which is on the NVIDIA DGX Spark. Should be around 128 gigabytes of RAM, so we can have pretty large batch size on this one, which is also pretty cool. So we're definitely going to cover it more. Make sure to check those videos out. This is pretty cool that we can run all this on such a small device. I'm also using this for all different types of projects that I'm doing. So all we have to do, we have a CUDA GPU available. First thing that we have to do is just pip install Ultralytics. There we go. Everything is up to date. And if you're running into any problems, just make sure that you have it upgraded. So upgrade, we have a new version available. There we go. I'm going to clear it. So you can use the Python script. Again, it's just 3 lines of code and you have the training up and running, and it's going to download the dataset automatically with all datasets available in here. So I'm just going to copy this to the clipboard. Let's just train for maybe like 50 epochs, and you can also specify the image size, and then we can see how fast it's going to run here on my local computer. So let's delete this comment. We run a command, YOLO classify train data is the Caltech-256. Here we just specify the CLS. You can also run with the small medium model. All you have to do is just change it here, and just so we're not training for too long, let's just run it for 50 epochs and take a look at the results. So this is all we have to do. Now we can train it on our own custom dataset. It didn't find the dataset, so it will just download automatically to our computer and start the training. So it's going to download 1.1 gigabyte. So that will just take a few seconds, maybe around a minute, and it will start the training automatically. There we go. It has now downloaded the full dataset. It's just going to run some verification and check if everything is good to go. So now it has started the first epoch. It's going to run through all the batches. We could probably have created even larger batch size when we have these 128 gigabytes. It will definitely be able to train faster, but let's try to see. It's going to take around 11 seconds per iteration. So model is almost done training now. It's just 30 seconds left. I went with 25 epochs just to take off some time. It took around like 30 minutes or so to train on all these here, and the model has pretty much converged. If we take a look at the start, we can see we have the accuracies. We also have the losses that get logged, and we have the top 5 accuracy and top 1 accuracy. So top 5 is pretty much just if that class we're predicting is within the top 5. So not top 1, but inside top 5. But the most important is probably just look at the top 1 accuracy. So we see we started pretty much 0 in top 1 accuracy, and then we're just learning over time. It's increasing, and we end off here at the end with around like 70% correct predictions for top 1, and most of the classes are within top 5. There could be some classes which is very close to each other when we have like 265 different classes. So now it's going to run some evaluation after. We can see the model is done, and after that it's going to be available in here. So let me just open up a folder. We can see it has been trained into Nebula Run. So let's go into home. we should have a run folder. We have our runs, we have our classify, and we have our train2. This will be a weight, so we can just use these weights directly when we initialize a new model, and it's going to run with this model that we have trained, and we're also going to have our validation badges with labels. So this is annotations of images that the model has not been trained on. So if you have a hammock, we have an ostrich, we have a steering wheel, t-shirt, rotary phone, Superman, cowboy hat. So it has all different types of classes. Maybe the specific class has not been in the data set, so it just takes the closest class because we always just get a detection with the highest confidence score, and we can always just filter based on the confidence score as well. So here we have fire extinguisher. We can see all these different types of classes that we have, and this would be very hard to bake into an object detection model. So that's why we can just have an object detector detecting arbitrary objects, and we can have a secondary classifier classifying it into these categories. So this is how we can train our own classification model with YOLO26. Everything is available in here. You can also see the confusion matrix. If we take a look at that one, we want ideally to have all the values in the diagonal, so we're doing pretty good here. You can see the results. If the model has converged, we pretty much had to converge here after maybe 15 epochs or so, so it was more than enough to train it for 25, and this was on 30,000 images with the new YOLO26 model. So that's pretty crazy fast. It took 30 minutes here on my local NVIDIA DGX Spark. Probably similar results in Google Colab. This is how we can use it. You can then go in and run prediction with it. We have everything inside the documentation and also have videos covering it fully. If you want to see how we can run predictions on the NVIDIA DGX Spark and see how fast inference we can run with that machine, check out the previous video. Hope you learned a ton. Definitely go and check it out. Use it for image classification as well. And then I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy learning.